Hi, it's Marilyn Devonish here from transformationstm.com. In this case, it'll be /soul plan if you want to see what I'm going to be talking about here. And I've had some super cool new technology recently, so I've been finding creative ways to put it into action. And one of the things I've started doing is having fun, doing some offers of the week, offers of the day, offers of the month. And so this is to give you a little bit of a heads up in terms of what's coming up this month. For those of you on my e-newsletter list, you've already had the link, which is a price which is on just for the next 2 days, and then I'll do the proper launch for Monday for the September offer. But this one, we're going to be looking at the soul transformation core issue therapy. So there's the soul plan, which I know some of you have done, where you get your soul plan report, which is looking at your worldly challenges, worldly talents, worldly goals, and also the spiritual talents, challenges and goals, and your soul destiny. So that's one aspect of the soul plan. The second aspect, if you want to put it that way, is the soul cards and the soul transformation process and the core issue therapy. And I absolutely love this process. It is, I don't know how to put this really. It's really big in Japan. And at first I didn't understand why. And then I did the practitioner course. I thought, oh, I totally get it now, because it is precise, it's detailed, and it's also ridiculously spiritual. So just to give you a sense of what to expect if you were thinking of doing a session, and somebody was asking how I do the sessions, they're via telephone, Skype, or I've got an online video webinar meeting room. But I'm just going to share with you one of the testimonials from when I first started doing this a few years ago. She said it was very powerful, so I'm really speechless, and it feels like whatever you need just comes up in the soul plan cards. The first card about assimilation and structure and harmony was really spot on for me, and the polarity of life and death is also almost connected to the archetype, which later came up as the required intervention work, because they're always really beautifully related. She says, I've done similar processes with the archetypes work, so this is not new for me, but this process today is really, really powerful because it shifted stuff I wasn't even aware of, ... It's amazing. Thank you so much, Marilyn. I would say it's been life-changing, and I think I need the rest of the week to process this. Oh, and now I'm in a different body, but that's good. It's like the cape or the dress that I've been wearing feels lighter, and the energy around me has changed in such a short space of time. I can feel it already. I feel lighter because there are aspects of yourself that you know about, but you don't know what to do with them. And this process is so powerful. Sometimes you don't know what is sabotaging you. This process is crazy. Wow. So that's just one of the people who has taken part. And so it uses cards that are related. Can I open my little pouch? It uses cards that are related to the, hold on, let me do one thing there so you can see the cards a bit more clearly. So it uses cards that are related to the soul plan. So if you've ever done your soul plan, you would have seen some of these symbols, you know, on your soul plan report. And so the cards are based around that. Oh, it's warmed up a bit now. I've just come in from outside. It's still warm-ish, but a little bit chilly. Right, let's just do that. So yeah, and the way that it works, there are a number of things that we do in this process. So let me give you a little bit of a rundown looking at my website. So, because there's a lot that's involved in this one. So, where's that bit? Because we go into quite a lot of detail, and the way that it starts, there are several kind of processes that you go through. So there are eight basic stages in terms of what we're going to be talking about here. So it's you set the sacred space, as they call it. Number 2 is the soul card reading to determine what we call the separation pattern. And the separation pattern is what is, I don't know, how would you put it, separating you from yourself, what is standing in your way. We then do the core issue diagnostic, and that's where it gets very technical, very process driven. We explore the soul story. We do the realignment, which is the kind of intervention process, and I'll give you a rundown of what those are in a minute. We do the forgiveness integration process. We do the soul card future insights reading, and then we do the integration and the grounding process. And in terms of the interventions, and these will be determined when we use the soul cards to do the diagnostic, but there's things like soul retrieval, odic bonding, the soul plan trauma release, soul plan hologram reading, meeting your soul purpose guide, chord balancing and vow breaking, boundary tapping and infinity rewiring, archetypes and shadow exploration, and the forgiveness integration process. And the way that it works, and I might actually do this as a group teleseminar at some point in the future as well, because I've done it with groups a few times. And when I first learned it, I'd learned this process with a lovely guy called Blue Marsden. And so we were doing group soul card readings. And it didn't matter who chose the card. I think there were about 12 of us on the course. And it was the first time Blue had ever run this training outside of Japan. And so he asked some of us if we would come along to, you know, road test the process. And it didn't matter who chose the card. It was always absolutely spot on for the group. So really fantastic stuff. The polarities also are really, really insightful. And so you use the cards, first of all, to determine what do we need to work on, what are the processes we're going to use. So all of that is done with the diagnostic using the cards. Then you do a reading at the end as well. And that is always, there's only 22 of these cards. So you kind of think, well, there's not that many combinations. It's not like using a 78 card tarot deck. However, it is still ridiculously accurate. So what I'm doing at the moment, let me pull that one up just so I can show it to you. So what I'm doing at the moment, this is going to be the offer of the month for September. So gosh, we're about 35 minutes away from September. And so for those on my e-newsletter list, you've already got this link. So this price is up just for the weekend. So just for the 2 days, I'll put the offer price out on Monday properly, which will be different to what you see here. It'll be higher than what you see here. Oh, actually, let me see. Did I save the link somewhere? Give me a second. So what I will do, what I like to do, because I've got a limited number of these that are available at this price. So what I like to do, so I'm just looking for the link, is put it out to my e-newsletter first, e-newsletter list. So they get first dibs. So I sent that out this afternoon at about 3 o'clock. So they've had plenty enough time now to have a read, have a look through. So nobody can moan that they didn't see it in time. You snooze, you lose. So I've just put the link into the comments for those of you who are watching this live on Facebook. What I'll probably do is upload this to YouTube as well. I'll probably do that tomorrow. But look underneath the YouTube video and you'll get the link if you wanted to kind of take up the offer at the kind of the pre-launch price, and then the offer price for the September offer will go up on Monday. So it's a long link, so it's there in the comments. But yeah, I love core issue therapy. I think there was another, let me just read you the other one as well, because that was kind of cool. If I can find that one, go back to my website. To give you a flavor, because this is one that I know I'm often talking about the soul plans, but I don't often talk about the soul transformation process, which is why I thought it might be really nice to do it this time round. So let's see. So this was someone who this was, oh yeah, I remember who this was, the company CEO. So she says, when I did the final piece of seeing an image of myself sitting in the future, I could see people lining up and following me, people who are inspired by my work, and it went from one to many really quickly. I had set myself a challenge to say I would get up, and I got up, stood up, and started pacing. When you did the forgiveness piece about integrating with those parts of myself, I felt the weirdest tingling feeling in my root chakra. It was an insane tingling and was totally weird. And by the time we went into the upper realm, this was part of the soul retrieval process, I was sat up, bullet straight, and the energy pushed me up and straightened me up. And then as I saw myself in the future, I literally felt as though the energy was lifting me up. She said, when we started, I felt as though I was slouched down in the corner, And during the process, I felt myself being lifted up. I definitely feel that I've moved 4 or 5 levels up on the energy scale because I was down in the black today before this call. I feel different in my body already, and it feels like a weight has been lifted. And that was really, really lovely. So, you know, with the things that kind of come up in these readings, really very interesting, absolutely fascinating. And yeah, let me give you a sense, actually, because it's always useful to do these videos and send them to my e-newsletter list with a little bit of more detailed write-up. I just want to give you a little bit of a flavour of, let me give you a flavour of some of the standard separation patterns. So we're not going to go through all of them because, as I said, there are 22 combinations. Of those 22 combinations, there are 7 polarities in each. So you can do the maths on that a lot. But just to give you an idea of some of the things we delve into, we've got unresolved grief, grudge and stagnation, missing soul fragments, embodiment trauma, control issues, crown chakra blockage, guilt pattern, abuse or unspecified trauma, fear of exposure, giving away your power, conflicting or unintegrated parts, unintegrated male or female side. We looked at abundance issue, false self, the protective masking, throat chakra blockages, oversensitivity issues, superimposition, and this could be giving power away to a force, or it could be related to sexual energy or self-worth. We have, what else? We have entity and discordant energy, oversensitivity, entity or discordant energy, missing soul fragment. Oh my God, there are so many. So creative blocks, heart chakra blockage, fear of exposure. There's just so many. Destructive self behavior, implant, etheric crystal, Atlantean distortion, communication collar. I mean, it is fascinating stuff. And the reason it's quite technical is in order for you to determine what the separation pattern is, I literally have to sit and work it out. So I normally ask the client to choose the cards. So I will either lay the cards down on my desk, or I'll shuffle the cards and the client will say stop, or I might even say pick a number between, because you pull out the separation card, the polarity cards first. So I give them a number range, I tell them to pick a number. So the client will choose the cards, and then once we've done that, what I will do is I'll look at the polarity they've chosen, then I'll go back and we'll choose cards from the 22 stack. And then based on the polarity and which card they've stolen, it's like a grid where you say, right, okay, so it's card number 8, polarity number 5, abundance issue. And then what you do when you've identified the issue, you then go to another chart and you say, okay, with, let's say, for example, abundance issue, you then go, right, where the choices are in terms of resolving that. We either are going to do a soul plan hologram reading, we're either going to do a cord balancing and vow break, or we're going to do soul retrieval. So it's kind of process driven, where you're checking the chart, moving along, and it's almost like, right, go across, down, da. And so quite technical in the way that you do the diagnostic, but as I said, weirdly, ridiculously spiritual in terms of how it all plays out. So if you wanted to book a session, now in terms of booking a session, the offer is going to be on for, I say a month, it depends. When I hit the number that I've got in my head that I'll be happy to do, it will be, I'll finish with the offer, so it might not go for the whole of the month. I'll see how it goes and how many I can fit in. But generally speaking, I don't like saying prices on these videos, because then in a few months it might change and somebody's like, well, you said it was this. But at the moment, if you're watching this in real time, it's £150 for a session. At the moment, for those of you on my e-newsletter list, it's £79 if you wanted to book a session while the offer's on. It'll be a different price on Monday. I don't know what that is yet. I'll decide that when I sit down to update the page, but it'll be more than 79, of course. So that's if you wanted to kind of do a reading. But when you do the reading, it's up to you. I think the longest time I've had somebody come back to me is 5 years later. I still did the session, but I'd say, you know, don't leave it quite that long. But it's up to you when you want to do it. But if you wanted to book it and just kind of put it for a time when it's convenient, that's cool as well. And so that's that. But then once you've booked, the details of how you then book your session are explained in the message that you get once you've booked. So that's it really. Fascinating stuff. I love it. I don't talk about it nearly enough, which is why I thought it would be a really nice one to choose for the September offer. So if you wanted to take that up, that's fantastic. And also for those of you who are interested in doing photo reading, the flash sale for the 2020 workshop ends in what would that be, 27 minutes from now. So that ends in 27 minutes. Again, I can drop the link to that in this video as well if you wanted to do that. But yeah, that's it. So I just wanted to share with you what's coming up for September and what's in your email inbox already if you wanted to take up that offer and delve into, and people often, you know, who is this good for? I'd say for those of you who have felt stuck, you know that something is stopping and blocking you. Often people come when they say they've tried everything and they haven't been able to get to the root and the heart of the issue. This is a fantastic way of doing it and clearing things at a really, really deep level without having to go through the angst of trying to figure it all out for yourself. The cards will help us do that. So that's what it's absolutely brilliant for. The session that you're booking is an hour, although I always say allow a bit of extra time so you've got time for questions, etc. And those will be done by telephone or Skype or my online meeting room. So if you've got any questions, if you've got any queries, drop me an email. Let me put the spelling back on the screen for you. So it's Marilyn, Marilyn, at transformationstm.com, TRANCE, as in hypnotic trance. So TRANCEFORMATIONSTM. So Marilyn at transformationstm.com if you've got any questions or queries. And also main website, if you wanted to just kind of have a read for yourself, have a look at the cards, have a look through what's included in the session, then it's transformationstm.com/soul plan. And the information about the regular soul plan is on there, plus information about the soul transformation core issue therapy. So just thought I would share that one with you while the offer is live in terms of the pre-launch. And if you're watching this later on in the month, then you should be able to find the offer of the month for this month. So, oh, cool. Thank you for watching. I think somebody's just ordered that. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. So yeah, thank you for watching. I will catch you all later. Should I attempt to put the name of this? So let me just, somebody just said, okay, what's the link for this? It's long, that's why I pasted it, but let me go and find it again. All right, it's very long. That's fabulous. Right, so it's www.marilyndevonish.thrivecart, thrivecart.com/soul-transformation. That's the regular spelling, TRANSFORMATION. So marilyndevonish.thrivecart.com, told you it was long, /soul-transformation- session-offer 1, as in the number 1. And then the link, once the offer's over for this weekend, I think I'm just going to make it offer 2. So thank you. Oh, that's nice. Thank you for booking. So that's the long link. That's why I didn't actually say the link, because it's very, very long. But that's it. So if you've got, actually, for those of you who are watching live, if you have any questions, I know there's a little bit of a time delay, so I'm just going to have a drink of water. If you've got any questions about the core issue therapy, the soul transformation, the soul cards, let me know now. And if you're watching this as the replay video, feel free to type your question into the comments and I will come back and answer those questions. Actually, do you know what? Well, Tarot Tuesday, we're using the Gypsy fortune telling cards. I'll do a write-up about those tomorrow or on Monday for those of you in my membership group. But at some stage, maybe actually we could do Tarot Tuesday with these for either December or January. I think that could be really cool, because there have been a few times that I've used them for that. I use them for that. If you're going to be booking a soul transformation session, we're going to do the reading afterwards. And what I tend to do with that is I do a reading for tell us the past, what have we just been working on, because it's really nice confirmation for the clients when we pick the cards randomly and it's just and it's exactly what they've been working on. We do a card for the present, we do a card for the future in terms of what needs to be in place to shift and clear and make sure you continue on path. So I'm thinking, actually, I'll have a little play, maybe get a few volunteers from my e-newsletter list maybe, but I'm thinking we could do something with the, do you know what? I'm running the one-day workshop in 2 weeks' time. And we're doing a Soul Food Sunday piece, and I hadn't yet decided what will be in the Soul Food Sunday module. So we might actually do some readings with these cards. I think this could be fun, actually. Yes, I think we will do that. I think we will do that. So yeah, so we've got a fair bit coming up. So that's going to be the offer for the month. Let's see if I were to pick one of those. Ooh, seriously, there's something going on with abundance, because that's the random example that I chose, and this is a fertility and abundance card. So I don't know, it might be for people who are watching, there might be some stuff going on with abundance. This one is, so the message on this card is sharing and radiating love, abundance, and information. The up and down nature. So if anybody's got the 4-4 in their soul plan, it's brilliant. It says you're very good with money, abundance, creating and duplicating. This is about duplication. However, if you haven't sorted out some of the issues in your soul plan, often you find yourself, it's up and down, and oftentimes more down than up, because you haven't yet figured out how to work this polarity. And this polarity is about abundance, it's about trust or lack thereof. So I think there might be a theme maybe for some of the people watching here, where abundance is something that is up at the moment. It's an issue, it's something that is kind of, you know, maybe you're on that up and down thing yourself, but I think that will be definitely a theme. If I were going to be going deeper, let's say if this were a session, I think abundance is one of the things we'll be looking at, and how do you now do more of the duplication so you create more of what you want. But yeah, I think we could do something really interesting with these cards. So if you're joining us on the 14th of next month, then we might have a play, so that will be really cool. Yeah, and if you want to join us, I can shove the link in the comments for that one as well if you wanted to come along. That's the annual workshop, and this one is a real kind of start gearing up for the final quarter of this year. So yeah, if you'd like to join us, that would be cool too. It's another long Thrive card link. I'm not even going to attempt to remember that one. Cool. Well, thank you so much for watching, and wishing you all, I'm a few minutes early, but wishing you all, those of you who are in the same time zone as me, a very, 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 very happy 1st of September. As we used to say, a pinch and a punch for the 1st of the month and no returns. So yeah, thank you for watching. And if you know someone who might benefit from booking a soul transformation session, feel free to share this video with them or share the link with them. That will be fantastic. And the kind of initial offer price is up until tomorrow at midnight, and then kind of watch this space on Monday where I'll put the regular offer up for the product of the month. So I will catch you all later. Thank you for watching, and thank you to those who have booked a session. Bye bye.